We're back. Dinosa Jersey Shore Season 2, Episode 7 now on that. And just going over this. Now I found out I kind of stammered. You may have noticed the video kind of shift because I stammered last time on what exactly happened because my notes were so jacked up. I didn't remember exactly what happened. Now I remember because what happened was, and this is where the one instance of recap actually helped me remember on this specifically, is that Vinny was so sick and tired of Angelina and all of her BS, went to go tell JWoww, which was kind of punk on Vinny, but he was trying to get JWoww to confront Angelina so she stops talking shit and just be normal. But in the case of all this is then Angelina sells out JWoww and Snooki, and then from there the whole fight between JWoww and Sammy start, and JWoww gets right crossed in the head on that. And it kind of goes back and forth, and there's really no, even though Sammy says I kicked her ass, there was no clear fight there. It was just too many people interfering. We would have seen what exactly would happen if nobody interfered on that to let that fight go a little bit and to see who would have won. I personally think JWoww would have won that fight, but that's my opinion. But anyway, as we're going on that. Mike's actually in one of his things. It says Snooki was jammed. She, like I said, damned to do, damned she didn't. She cared about her girlfriend, wanted to defend her girlfriend, but it put her in this world of pain that she had no choice to do what she did, and she may have to live with those consequences now. And with that, why, if they just kept quiet, would have changed anything? It's hard to say. May not here, but it was probably maybe the last time they would be friends with Sammy anymore, but we'll know. Anyway, during this whole thing, Vinny was shoved by Ronnie because Ronnie was trying to tell Vinny what you did was jacked up, which Ronnie was actually right. He says, like, it's really none of your business. You shouldn't have stuck your nose in my business because it brought my girl into the business. And I get it. That I get, because how is it his fault? It had nothing to do, but then when his girl got dragged in to be a proper boyfriend, he had to say, like, what are you doing? Because she got involved. If she wasn't involved, I wouldn't have cared. I would have watched. It would have just been funny on that. But Vinny, outside they talked and said, hey, the reason why I did this, blah, blah, blah. Vinny says, I understand. I'm just so sick and tired of Angelina running her mouth about stuff. Polly wakes up and sees the kitchen is a mess after this whole night. Food's everywhere, dishes, everything. And the funny thing about this is Ron, Sam, and JWoww all have to go to work tomorrow. So JWoww calls in sick because Ron and Sammy are there. And of course they go on the tirade, she's a punk, she's a punk. And I don't think that was too punk, because who wants to sit there with the boyfriend and girlfriend of the people she's fighting with, even though there's defend where she was trying to defend Sammy, but Sammy doesn't like her for defending her, and who would put themselves in that situation? The excuse was lame. I cracked a nail. I guess that's JWoww, but anyway, so anyway, they go to work. JWoww gets her nail, I believe it is. And Vinny actually and Polly go to the beach and they talk to girls. They found one girl with a herpes on her right here. Huge ass herpes. They're like, get away from me. Coming 2 feet closer, I'll go away from you. It was kind of funny in itself on that. And it's kind of going back and forth. And then Mike and Polly were kind of going back and forth with Angelina a little bit as well. Now, what they were really pissed about is that Angelina hooked up with Vinny later on, but we'll get back to that later. That's not exactly what happened. Then she met up with this guy named Jose, which she was given watches and all stuff. And the funny joke about this is I had a Fossil watch. They're like, oh, you should let him hit that because he bought you a Fossil watch. But everybody at Universal said Jose's getting played because he's buying all this stuff and she ain't doing nothing for him on that. So Ron and Sam go out on a date, and Sammy wants admits to being in love with Ron more. And Ron says, you know, I'm in love with you on that, and he's smushed later on that, which is all happy. Looks like Ron saying, well, that's good, but we'll see how long it lasts. And JWoww and Nicole are going to eat, and Vinny tells Sammy that Angelina told Snooki that Angelina told Snooki and JWoww the information on the note, because they may have wrote the note, but what Vinny did was tell Sammy specifically, where do you think they got the information from? And that was from Angelina. So your friend that you're bonded with backstabbed you earlier, which caused this whole mess. And you've missed the entire point of what the whole point of the letter was. Anyway, and Angelina is just kind of showing off to Polly. Polly tells Ronnie Angelina should not let Ho. She showed, look at my fossil watch, look at this, and he's like, well, you should let him hit that for the fossil watch. And in the words of the situation, what's that, $39? So, anyway, they all decide to go as pool night. They're all shooting pool on that. Everything's cool. Then out of the blue, Nicole and JWoww show up at the same place that where everybody else is hanging out. Gee, I wonder how that happened. And there was a bit of a schism, you could tell, and they were in one table, there's another table, and it was kind of sucked, but there was so much tension. They just played and tried to keep it as fun as possible here. And then they come back, and Polly says, wow, it's so tense here, you can cut it with the knife. And Angelina starts mouthing off to Vinny, and Vinny says, you're the Rob Kardashian of Staten Island, you ugly hoe. And then, which... I don't know where Angelina says she's a Kim Kardashian. I mean, you're gonna make a statement like that. I can see Manhattan. I could even see the upper or lower east side of Manhattan. Okay, I get that. Staten Island? What? And number two, Kim Kardashian's face is way prettier than yours. I mean, honestly, my face has more similarities with Angelina than Kim Kardashian. So, and namely the big nose. So, I don't know. It's just her world, whatever. So anyway, on that, and Vinny, Sammy, and JWoww go to work, and there's a little tension between Sammy and JWoww the whole time. Vinny's like, oh my, why I gotta do this? So Vinny ends up doing double the amount of work to covering them on that. But they all go out to the club, Tantra. What's cool about this show, I learned a lot of clubs, Clutch, Tantra, Space. So if I ever go to Miami, I say, hey, that's where they went. Let's go there. Let's try it out. So anyway, it goes back and forth, and they go out to the club, and then they find this one girl. Vinny finds this one girl, that beautiful girl in Miami, that says, and it says, oh, she works at Hooters, and it says, oh, classy girl. And Vinny got a girl, brought her back, and Dennis, which is another guy Snooki hooked up, got it on, and Vinny got a girl, so both of them smushed. Jose called in, told Angelina to behave on her club trip, and they're like, what are you, my father? And then they're going out clubbing at Polly's old cab's here, and then while Angelina and the boys are out, Jenny and Nicole clean the smush room, and it's disgusting. It is like horrible. I can see what they're going through. I would never do that, but they were just like that, and they were teasing the boys and making fun of them all the time because of the smush room. But anyway, we'll fill up more on episode 8. See you then.